Hello and welcome back to Matt's World. I'm once again joined by my best friend Nat.
Hi.
I'm so excited that she's back, and we're actually going out to a singles night after this, Thursday dating, so we're going to have to do a little review of that, I think.
Absolutely, because a lot of people that I've told have never heard of it before, and so I have to give them all these details, and I was like, I just thought everyone knew about it.
Yeah, they had it in London when I lived there, and now that it's come to Melbourne, I'm like, yeah, buzzing. It's actually, it feels a bit like awkward when you go, but we'll do a little recap, I reckon.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. In this episode, we're going to be talking about all of the craziest FBI level things that we have done and you guys at home have done to find out a little bit more about your crush online. And I want to preface this ep by saying, don't condone stalking.
No.
But sometimes you just need a little bit more info about what's going on in your crush's life. And
Plus, if you do a good job of it, they'll never know you did it.
so real. And also, sometimes you just need to know, like, if his mum went to Mallorca in 2004 and...
And what he looked like in primary school.
Exactly. And also, sometimes you can... I saw this funny quote that was like... to fall out of love with someone, just find out more about them or something.
Yeah.
And it's like literally like if you can just force yourself to get the ick, you can use it to your advantage if you need to get over someone.
Absolutely.
So good.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you first up, Nat, what is the craziest FBI level thing you've done to find out more about the guy you like online?
So I actually forgot about this. Well, I forgot that I even did this until recently. And... you know, a couple of years back, I'm going to say it's more than that actually. I'd say it's over about 10 years ago.
You're exposing your age.
Yeah. Just cut that bit out.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, so I was on a family little camping trip. I don't think you were there this year, but there was a guy who was working at the fish and chip shop and I thought he was really cute. Didn't say anything, obviously, too scared. And then a couple of weekends after that, I was out with my friends having a drink and I just had this fabulous idea, you know, intoxicated, great ideas always come to you then.
Love that.
And I was like, I'm going to call the fish and chip shop. So, you know, ring, ring, who answers it? The lady who owns it. And I was like, oh, you know, I had a great experience a couple of weeks ago. Just wondering what his name was. Wanted to say thank you. And she was like, oh, that's my son.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, excellent.
Okay.
She hooks me up with his name, gives me his number. I start texting him. We connect some dots and I realise that it's not actually him. And then he says to me, I think that's my brother.
Oh, God.
So then he gives me his brother's name.
Okay.
So then I add his brother and start talking to his brother, and that is Fish and Chip Boy.
Amazing.
And we started talking back and forth for quite a while. Obviously, this is 10 years ago. We didn't get married, so it didn't work. But FBI paid off.
Love that.
Yeah.
That is an insane amount of effort that you've gone to just to find the guy at the local fish and chip shop.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't local. It was where I was camping, so it was a good hour and a half away.
It's like even more rural, even more like out of reach.
It was, yes. Country boy.
That is so funny. So recently, I'm really exposing how crazy I am here, and
That's what we're here for.
and how deep it can get when you're doing your FBI investigations. But I recently liked a boy and was looking at. Because he'd been in like a couple of girls' videos online, and I found that I was looking at how far her acrylic nails had grown to see like in between like how long till they were hanging out.
So you like made like a timeline.
Yeah, because I've had acrylic nails and I used to be a nail girly, so I was like, right, so they're looking pretty fresh there, and then she's got the same colour. That's probably like 2 weeks worth of growth, like figured out.
That's next level FBI.
Genuinely. And I was like, fuck, I was like looking at like, how can I figure out like how long it's been? And I was like, regrowth, nah, you wouldn't know. Then I was like, nail growth. Yeah.
I've never thought of doing that. That's actually so smart.
Yeah, but also insane.
Yeah. Low key. But
Low-key
great
insane.
idea.
I know. I asked all of you guys at home listening for your best FBI submissions. So let's go through them because some of them are insane and I'm obsessed with you guys. So how to find out info about your crush online. Used the catfish method, dropping photos into Google only to find out I was being catfished. So this is actually really smart. You can
Do the reverse search.
reverse image search on Google. And so I think it's what they do on the show Catfish to find out if they are being catfished, which is crazy. So well done to this girl for literally just inventing her own version of Catfish the show.
I think I've tried to do that before.
Yeah, I've definitely done it before. It's like if you can screenshot someone's like pictures on Hinge, you can reverse Google image search and find them.
Yeah.
But yeah, kudos to her. FBI methods of finding out things about your crush online. After someone ghosted me, I found them on Strava to make sure they were alive.
You can see where they're running.
Yeah. Oh, can you?
Yep.
Can you? Or is it only after the run's done? I'm not a runner.
Yeah, so once their run's done, it uploads and you can see like where they ran. So
That's
you
hectic.
can also find out where someone lives because it will show you that they keep running around the same area.
Oh, that's scary. No, I don't like that one.
Well, that's why you only add your friends on Strava.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. But
Yeah.
you probably could add a boy you like on Strava if you like.
Oh, you could,
into running.
but they need to accept you and then you can see each other's
Yeah.
runs.
Love that.
Yeah.
Ways to find out about your crush online. Found his dad's name in the yellow pages from his family business and then found his home address in the yellow pages from his family name. Then did a couple of drive-bys.
Girl, you're living in the 1990s. Who looks at the yellow pages?
What year is it? Also, don't people just use that to sit on when they learn to drive? Like, I don't even think people use that to find names and phone numbers.
Do you know a guy I used to date? You'll know who it is.
Oh, God.
He used to have this trick where he'd get the yellow pages and he'd rip the whole thing in half.
Is he a gym guy?
Yeah. In one go, he'd just go, want to see a trick? Rip.
How many yellow pages did he have?
A lot.
What? Why?
They're all in half.
Are they?
Because every time someone would come over, I'd be like, want to see a trick? And they're like, yeah, obviously I do. He's like, watch this.
Just goes to his room full of yellow pages.
Just rips them in half.
That's also like impressive.
I know.
Do you know what I heard today? That apparently it's the same amount of pressure to rip 7 pieces of paper in half as it is to rip off someone's ear.
That's not
So he could like
hard.
rip someone's head off.
Oh.
What? What the hell?
7 pages.
Yeah.
That's not even that many.
Nah, but it actually is harder than you think. Like, because there's also that thing, like, you can't fold up any piece of paper more than 7 times. Even Bible paper, like the thinnest paper, or even like a tissue, you can't fold it more than 7 times. And apparently, if you folded it more than 7 times, you could like touch the moon or something.
We've gone really off track here, but that's,
Yeah, but mental.
that's insane.
I know. I think you could touch the moon if you could just fold it once more.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to try that at home or try
Yeah.
ripping a yellow pages.
Yeah, they actually did do it on Art Attack, I think, one time, or Mythbusters. They like got a steamroller and a huge ass piece of paper and tried to fold it 7 times.
What, you can't even fold a really big piece of paper
Nah,
7 times?
They got one like the size of a football oval.
What?
I know, crazy.
We'll have to try that.
I've tried it so many times, so I'm not gonna lie.
All right,
I've tried
back
it
on
heaps.
track, sorry.
Anyway, ways to find out about your crush online. Back when you used to see what people liked on Instagram, I would spend hours scrolling to see what pics they liked.
When it used to have that little feed.
That was honestly
Yes.
diabolical.
But it's also like on Facebook when it used to say such and such is now friends with such and such.
my
and you
God.
go, where they meet, how do
And
they
you
know
remember,
each
like,
other?
and then like there was this trend where like all the boys in your
Would
school
like
would
it.
like it, and like if you became friends with any boy at
Yeah.
school, probably like you get like 60 likes.
It would, and then it
everyone
would come
be
up in the feed and it would literally say like 60 people like this.
yeah, it's so embarrassing.
Because like they met at like a party or they hooked up or something.
Yeah, or just even to embarrass the guy for like
Yeah.
adding a girl.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah, and so easy to just find out. Like now you have to like go through his followers to see
have
if
to,
he's
like,
like
deep
followed people.
dive.
Yeah, and it makes you feel crazy. Like me looking at that girl's acrylic nails, crazy. That's not on.
Yeah.
I literally was looking at that, and then I took a step back and I was like,
Girl, what am I doing?
literally, what am I doing? This is fucking crazy. But also, I will continue it, and then
You
worry
got the
about
answers
later.
that you wanted, so paid
Exactly.
off.
Yeah, got what I wanted. This one was sent to me by my friend in London.
So my friend Hannah was dating this guy, and she just couldn't find anything about him online. She was like, oh, it's just really elusive. So we had a name, and we had, based on the conversations she was having with him, where he worked. So me and our other best friend decided to go on LinkedIn, type in the company where he worked, and looked for people who did like the sort of job that he did. He had a completely different name. And then we found him on Instagram and Facebook, and we found his whole print. So yeah, that's the most FBI thing we've ever done.
He had a different name.
Yeah, but I was going to say LinkedIn is the best thing for finding out about your crush online. I did this recently because I'm a LinkedIn slut.
I've got to be honest, I've never even typed the words LinkedIn in. I don't even know what it is.
It's just like the best thing ever. If you work in like a big industry where it's really social and like you want to just like see people like at work and that, because any job that I go for, it'll be on LinkedIn. Now that I'm freelancing as well and have a business, I'm like, any contact and it is like I'm obsessed with LinkedIn. And it's like you can find, because like if you have a meeting with like a hot person comes into work and you have a meeting with them, you can just like go on LinkedIn and find them, and like so you can see like how old they are, like when they like graduated like uni, so you know like their age. Like
so you have like your own little like Seek profile.
Yeah, it's so kind of, yeah, but it's like cooler than that. Anyway, so recently I matched with a guy on Hinge and his job was like I don't know, like client manager or something. And he had like a bit of a unique name, like it wasn't just like your generic name. And so I only can see his first name. So I looked up his name and then his job title in LinkedIn, fully found him on LinkedIn.
There you go.
Found his last name. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I heard from someone the other day that you can, if you have someone's phone number, you can add their phone number into your internet banking app and like go to pay them some money and it will come up with their full name.
What?
First and last name.
That's wait, so you need their phone number?
Yeah, so like if you're talking to a guy on like a dating app and then you go to texting, because sometimes I don't want to text because I'm like, I want to see what you look like on Instagram. I want to see your social media.
Yeah.
But if they're like, let's text. And then apparently you can add their phone number in and pretend to like pay them some money. Don't pay them actually.
Yeah.
But it will come up with their full name.
That's hectic. Yeah, I hate having guys on Instagram now. I'm going straight to the phone numbers because after I went viral and went on news.com.au for being like a man-hating feminist, I had all these guys like on my Instagram that were just like, oh, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I'm not ever adding anyone off Hinge on fucking Instagram again.
I usually go straight to the Instagram, but the other day actually I was talking to a guy and then he just didn't reply for like 3 days. And I was like, well, I'm going to unfollow you because what's the point of just having you there in my Instagram followers? Like, you're just going to watch my life, but you're not going to reply to my message. See you later.
You're just going to be here till I get married.
Bye.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Ways to find your crush online. Looked at the London Marathon, did not finish list to find his full name.
How'd you know he didn't finish?
Well, they must have gone out, or like he must have said he didn't finish the London Marathon. So she must have gone through and been like, George. I mean, hopefully it wasn't George because everyone in England is called George. But gone and found his
name.
full name. That is diabolical. Yeah. I love women. We're so funny.
We're so good at this.
We're just so good at finding out information.
Yeah.
But also, don't give us a reason. Just be upfront.
Well,
don't lie.
that's the thing, is that we only do the searching because we have a reason to look.
Yep, exactly. Ways to find your crush online. Looked up his last name on work email, then found we had Facebook mutuals who told me gossip. Ooh. Work email's good. But also, like, if you work with them, you would know their last name, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's like if you had a meeting with someone, you didn't know their last name.
Yeah, like in a big company.
I would do that every time, like find the person on Teams, like find their pic and then just go straight to LinkedIn. When I found that guy on LinkedIn, straight to his Facebook, looking at his high school graduation
and you find out everything.
So crazy.
Yeah, literally like their high school photos.
So funny. Ways to find your crush online. At work, I have access to title searches. Knew he bought a house, found him that way.
That's getting private.
That's hectic.
Also, I'm pretty sure that would be illegal.
I mean, all's fair in love and war, right?
That's definitely illegal.
I don't know about that. I feel like some of these, like, sometimes you do things and then you find out it's too much and you're like, I actually do regret doing that. Do you have any recent regrets?
So this isn't really FBI related, but I do have one regret. So, so last Christmas for my brother and for a guy who I was loosely seeing, I bought them both the same cologne. I was like, it smells really good. I'm just going to buy it for both of them because I really liked it. And then recently that kind of fizzled out and I saw my brother for the first time in a while. And I was like, oh, he smells really familiar. Why is that? And then I was like, it's the same perfume. I did the most fucked up thing and bought them the same perfume.
No.
And now I'm not seeing that guy anymore. And now my brother just constantly walks around smelling like him.
And you're just attracted to your own brother.
I'm triggered.
Literally. It's so weird how, like, a perfume can just transport you back to a certain time. Like
Yep.
if I smell Lynx Africa, I think of my first boyfriend, or like my boyfriend from when I was 18. Also, I think that perfume Youp, or like Dupe. Yeah, I think it's Youp, but anyway.
Is it? Yeah.
I think, but yeah, if I smell that, and sometimes like a guy will walk past wearing that cologne and I'm like, whoa, I'm 18 and I'm in love with this random person.
Yeah, the one that triggers me is 1 Million by Paco Rabanne. Triggered.
So random. Also the Britney Spears fantasy ones and stuff, it smells like going clubbing because like
I have that spray at the like in my laundry.
Do
and
you?
sometimes I'll just be like
and just like go back in time and just be at like billboards or
well, it's
something.
like a whole, I feel like it's a whole bottle. I don't want to waste it. I'm like,
Yeah.
might as well use it as like a bit of a room spray.
Yeah, and like
Early
we
2000s vibes.
and also Britney, like we love her. She's
Love
insane,
Britney.
but love her.
Yeah.
Her videos are so weird, but I just like
She's a loose unit.
she's lost it. All right, ways to find info about your crush. I would go through his phone and find stuff and then tell him it came to me in a dream. And he like literally would have been like, whoa, she's right. Like, how does she know all that?
Yeah.
I'm feeling really scared.
Like she can see the future.
Yeah.
Oh.
FBI tactics of finding out about your crush. Put my best friend's number in under his ex's contact name. So that way, if he ever texted the ex, my bestie knew.
That's the best thing I've ever heard of. That's such a great idea.
That's insane. Because also not only he's not able to text his ex anymore because he doesn't have her number, you find out.
Yeah. Like if he's tempted.
This is the thing though, I just don't want to know this shit. I just would rather live in ignorance. Like if you've ever, and watching this, I shouldn't say this at a public forum, but if you ever cheat on me, just dump me. I don't want to find
Yeah.
out. I'd rather be heartbroken, not understand why, never know. And then even if I found out a year later and I'm over it, whatever.
Sometimes you don't need to know everything. Like, I
want
think
to.
we were kind of talking about this, like you in a certain situation, you were like, oh, I really want closure. And I said to you, I was like, but do you need it?
Yeah, just make your own, invent your own closure.
Yeah.
Did you ever read Goosebumps Choose Your Own Ending?
No, I never read Goosebumps.
Too
I wasn't
scared?
a Goosebumps girly.
Pussy.
I read that book about the little elf.
Noddy?
Nah.
Nah?
I can't
The Faraway Tree.
Nah.
Okay. Well, we'll come back
Some
to
people
that.
on here might know the one I'm talking about.
I think you're making it up, but anyway. FBI tactics to find out about your crush online. Copied his IP address and searched it on my Wi-Fi router to see what websites he was visiting.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I feel like that's bullshit. Sorry for whoever wrote that.
I don't think-
I don't think it's true.
Look
that
at the
can't be real.
websites.
Yeah, I don't really know how IP addresses work.
Wait, on the Wi-Fi router?
It sounds like a lie.
That doesn't make sense.
I know. Do you know what was something crazy though that a guy in high school I knew did? So on his keyboard, he had this thing that like it tracked every button that got pressed on the keyboard. So like it was just like it like whatever
Yeah,
was
it's
typed,
constantly recording
it would
it.
like give you like a notes thing of everything. So then like people would log in on their Facebook on his computer. This was in high school, and then type their password in. So he would know because it would say email and then enter and then password. So he had access to like everyone's Facebook.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
I know. And so like I knew about it. So obviously I was like, I like never did it, but he could just go on anyone's. And like, you know, when you have a house party and people just go on Facebook, like on the
Yeah.
fucking house computer, like weirdly that was the norm. People didn't have phones. God, this makes me sound really old, but like,
I know, literally, we didn't have internet on our phone.
yeah, mad. But and like probably didn't, we would have had Wi-Fi, but like anyway.
No, there
So, yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, probably not. Not like that everyone would just log on to.
No, there wasn't.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
This is bringing back flashbacks of that time that one of our friends hacked my Facebook and him and his girlfriend read through my my Facebook messages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. What did their messages say?
They dug up, I can't even remember what it was, but I was so annoyed that they'd read, and they didn't even tell me. I found out through someone else that they'd somehow, I think I must have logged into Facebook on his phone. And then him and his girlfriend just went through all of my Facebook messages.
That's
what
so
an invasion
gross.
of privacy.
I'd throw up.
Literally, it's like a 17-year-old girl too.
Ew, yeah. Not
Yuck.
nice. It's like reading your diary or something.
Well, it is. It's personal
Yeah.
conversations.
That's super gross. This one is actually hilarious. So this girl called the cops on him so I could have his phone while he was in jail.
What? Why did he need to call the cops to have his phone?
Just get it when he goes to work. Well, because he can't
Or when he goes to sleep.
he can't have his phone in jail though. And you can't get caught either.
Well, he also can't have his phone in the shower.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well,
Actually,
again.
one time when I was in school, my boyfriend, I was suspicious that he was talking to his ex, and he went in the shower, and then I know that him and his ex had a joke about like Skittles or M&Ms or something. Like it was like a vague memory, and I searched in his phone like Skittles in the search bar, and it came up, and it was underneath mum. So he'd saved her contact as mum, so it just looked like he was texting his mum whenever mum came up or whatever. And then and then I looked in the chat history with his mum, me being a stalker, and fully
Really?
yeah.
Wow. So, well, obviously he had something to hide if he had to change the name.
Well, yeah, it was crazy. And then I was just in Malaysia, and we were like arguing over the phone, like doing international calls, because there was no like internet calling then, like messenger calling.
Yeah.
It was literally like, I was like, Mum, I need to use your international minutes. I was like in Malaysia, like calling my ex-boyfriend and like yelling at him.
I'm just still in shock that he changed the name to Mum.
I know, gross. And like probably sexting her. Like,
Yeah, but
that's
that means that he
weird.
would have been doing it around you, because otherwise he could have just had it as her name.
Fully. So weird.
Yucky.
All right. Ways to find out more about your crush. I read his messages through his eyeball reflection.
Wait, was he wearing glasses or just his eyeball?
I think she means eyeball.
Oh, he
How-
must have had some shiny
I was
eyeballs.
going to say, how glossy are those things?
Yeah.
She must have been tearing up.
Fuck, you'd have to be like,
I know. And I went to the eye doctor the other day. She said, I got 20/20 vision, nothing to worry about. And like, I'm looking into your eyes now.
but your eyeballs aren't that shiny.
Yeah. Maybe he had extra high gloss eyeballs. Oh, ways to find out about your crush online. This girl helped him look for his Apple Watch for weeks while I knew where it was and was going through it daily.
Sneaky.
That's such an obvious one though, but you just wouldn't think of it. Like it's so,
Yeah.
and even imagine he's like asleep, like in a Renaissance painting with his arm outstretched, and you're like,
Well, I've been having like, a little spoon sesh with a guy before, and they've had like their arm like that, and then when it goes beep beep, and I'm like,
checking the Apple Watch like that. That's so fun.
like it is such a dead giveaway. And there was this one guy that I was kind of seeing for a while, and I knew that he had an Apple Watch, but he just like wouldn't wear it when we're hanging out.
What?
Yeah, and I
No,
was like,
that's weird.
well, yeah, because then one
Obvious.
time we went to the movies and he was wearing it, and he had his like arm over me, and it kept buzzing. So every time I'm like,
Yeah, like trying to suss it. Do you know what another one to do with Apple is the AirPods. So like
Oh,
I've
yes.
heard girls leave their AirPods in someone's car,
Yeah.
and then you can see where they
are.
go.
Yep,
That's such an obvious one.
like a GPS tracker.
It's actually insane how much everyone is, I want to say surveilled. Is that a word? Surveillanced?
Surveillanced.
I don't, yeah.
Surveyed. Isn't it surveyed?
I feel like surveyed is like what like tradies do. Anyway. Ways to find out about your crush. Put a lash on his bed and asked whose it was, and he swore it was his mum's, and she vouched for him.
His mum's in on it.
That's mad.
I saw a video the other day, and it was a girl who went to her lash to get her lashes done, and she took a little lash in the bag, and she said to the lady, she goes, "Is this one of my lashes?" And she goes, "No, that's not yours."
What?
Yeah.
How would the lash tech know that?
Well, because she knows what type she uses.
That's mad.
Yeah,
So
but the
what? It was
girl-
just a random girl.
Yeah. So she took it because, like, obviously
God.
she had lashes on. So she's like, it could be mine. But she showed it to the lash tech, and she's like, no, they're not. That's not your lash. I don't use those lashes.
That's crazy. Do you know what? I actually met a guy at a festival once, and this is such an insane story, but he told me that in COVID he was living with his girlfriend and her family, and then he used to, like, because COVID was, everyone went a bit weird, but like I think this guy was just genuinely a little bit insane. He used to steal the mum's knickers, put them on his head, and like wank off into them, and then like they'd get like
Wait.
yeah.
Put them on his head and wank off into them.
And like, no, like sniff them and that, and then like at the end, like finishing them. And they got all like crispy and stuff because like he just had this one pair. And then he just like chucked them in the washing basket, like amongst all the other clothes and stuff. And then like was just hoping that the mum would like just put it in with the load and then whatever. And then she did the load of washing, whatever. And then he found them folded up at the bottom of his drawer.
So she put them back.
So she put them back. So she knew the whole time. I know. And this guy's just telling me this at a festival, and I was like, cool, man. Like,
I would have been asking questions. I'm like, then what happened?
Yeah, no, I did. And he was just like, yeah, so she just knew. So I just kept doing it. And then we just had this like little arrangement going. So he was in his girlfriend's house, and the girlfriend's mum was, it's not like he was cheating, but he was like being pretty weird.
I mean, that's enough to break up.
Well, also like fucking divorce your mum as a parent. What the hell?
Maybe because COVID, she's a little bit bored. She's like,
honestly,
giving myself some entertainment.
Everyone went weird in COVID. I did some weird shit. I don't even know. I don't want to talk about it.
Nah, let's not talk about COVID.
I don't remember that shit. Ways to find out about your crush online. This person watched the Snapchat stories of bars in her area through Snap Maps.
Yeah, because you can see what people have uploaded.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart. But I don't really use Snapchat. I feel like it's like...
The person has to upload to that bar's story, though. You can't just see it if they've uploaded any photo. It has to be to the specific bar's story. But yeah, you still can see what people have been posting there.
Ways to find out what your crush is up to. Put my phone case on his phone and then sat there going through his phone right in front of him.
What, he didn't realise?
Yeah.
What was he doing? He must be watching TV.
Must have been watching sport.
It's the footy.
The footy was on, like 100%.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's smart.
Okay. Ways to find out about your crush. Pretended to have visions.
That's like the girl that had dreams. We do some crazy shit.
I know. But God love him.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do in this crazy world.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good one. Searched my name in his messages to see what he was saying about me.
Yeah.
This is one of those cases. I don't want to know that shit. I do not want to know. I would never do that to you. Like, I don't think I've ever I couldn't think of some time when I've said anything nasty about you, but like, here's a question for you. If someone gave you a book of everything everyone has ever said about you,
Don't want to know.
do you want to read it?
No.
Because people don't say nice things behind others' backs. So that's your homework if you're listening to this podcast, is say something nice about someone else this week behind their back. Plus it always gets back to them and it makes you look like a hero.
I know. So I heard a story recently from a friend that this exact thing happened. So it was just two friends and one of them was asleep and the other girl, her phone was dead and she had to use a phone. So she used her friend's phone, which, I mean, I wouldn't mind if you used mine if you needed to. Yeah. But instead of doing whatever she had to do, she went through the messages and she typed in the search box and she typed her own name in there. And so then it came up with every conversation that this friend had had with people and she started reading the messages, which obviously there was things said in there that weren't nice.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I'm not like one to just text bitch about people unless it's like I'm going through
but if
something.
something's happened and maybe you're like you're having a little rant about a situation.
Yeah, like everyone has screenshotted a text from their friend and been like, how do I reply? And then you get the group chat to craft a message back or something.
But anyway, these two girls now aren't friends because the girls whose phone it was like, why would you go through my phone without my permission? And then the girl who found it, they were just both just going at it, so they're not friends anymore.
That is
just
so
because
sad.
she decided to go through her text messages.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
All right, ways to find out information about your crush. Saw a video about reading palms and tried it on my now ex-boyfriend. I basically looked at his palm and said, it shows that you're lying to me. And he said that scared him so bad he confessed.
That's a good one. Just bullshit.
Just make it up and see. Yeah. But then again, I don't want to know.
That's true. You don't want to know. But, I mean, if you just feel like, you know, doing it for a little bit of your own entertainment. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? I thought of another one actually. So when my ex broke up with me in London, he moved up to Leeds and because on Hinge you can change a city that you're in.
Yep.
And I changed my location to his house because I like had been up to his house in Leeds and like changed it to 1 kilometre radius.
So you found him.
To see when he was on Hinge. But I didn't actually find him. So like kudos to him. But like
I've had an ex do that who doesn't live near me, but I was on Hinge and he came up and his location said my suburb and I'm like, you don't live anywhere near me.
Yeah, this happened with a guy that I know likes me recently. I'm like, you're not here. I live at my parents. I live so far away from anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't just come to this random town.
So they've purposely changed their location on Hinge.
Smart though. But smart, no, to try and match with you.
Well, or to see if I'm there.
Yeah, but also it could just be to like get in your pants,
It's an ex.
Get on your radar.
It's an ex.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, maybe my guy was a bit more warranted in that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one's mad. Ways to find out about your crush. Got home before him, hid myself in the couch ottoman and listened to him have a whole conversation with his other girlfriend.
I want to know why she hid in the couch ottoman. So wait, he's come home, put his feet up, and she's under there.
She's inside, listening to him be in love with someone else.
Why in there, girl?
Because, well, it worked, didn't it?
Well, it did. That's crazy.
Imagine how small you'd have to go. Skinny!
Must be a big ottoman.
That's so good. This is the last submission that we have. Ways to find out about your crush. Went through his phone multiple times to find out he was texting other girls and would send myself $100 inconvenience fee from his bank account.
I love that.
You love that because you love money. The other day...
I'm just frugal.
The other day, do you remember when you were like, if someone cancels a date within 24 hours, you should be able to charge a cancellation fee?
Well, yeah, because if you're going to take me on a date, I've exfoliated my tan, I've refake tanned, I'm doing all these little bits and bobs.
Yeah,
and
I went to Mecca and dropped like $400 the other day, got one thing.
Yeah,
Like,
and if you're
what-
cancelling on me, that tan costs money. Also, the time that it took me to apply it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're talking about like an hourly rate here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
think...
we should get a deposit.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe next time I'm talking to a guy, I should ask for a deposit.
Yeah, if they ask you out.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, if they ask you out, this is a little tip, girls. If a guy asks you out, get a deposit, and they don't get it back if they cancel.
Also, don't take any of our advice because we're single.
Yeah, don't take any advice from this podcast. This is not an advice podcast.
Absolutely not. It's funny stories about bad dating experiences.
Yeah, so tragic. Anyway, we actually have to go to a singles night. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you, Nat, for coming on. And
Thanks for having me again.
I love having you, and so do these guys. I guess
Just telling funny stories. Very tragic 30-year-old dating stories.
Don't say that. Don't say that about yourself.
Take that bit out.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye. Love you so much.